TV.
Nkhani imene hapa ndiyo kamba za katangale wa mu justice system kumakoti ma lawyers. Ndele lolo ndifuna ndikambe za katangale mene Kumbo Soko Kumbo Bond Soko ali connected ndi the cartel. Kuti Kumbo Soko ndi wakatangale ndipo ndi wakatangale wa Kumbo Soko Kumbo Bond Soko ndi wakatangale wa nani. Ndipo izi zikututumusa anthu ambiri ndipo anthu ambiri ali kututumuka. Ndipo ka speech kaja kamene anthu amanena kuti ndi wansanje katuluka kwambiri koma zimenezo sizindisuntha ine sindiopa kunenedwa kuti ndine wansanje. Komanso anena kuti wabwino ndi kuti ndiwe weka and all that. Zimenezonso sinditani kodi sizindisuntha ndimayima pa chilungamo kuti nji. Komanso muziwe kunena kuti maloya ku Malawi alipo 1300 and above. Kuli maloya oposa 1300 kumapitawo. Ndiye anthu amene ndatchula sakukwana 50. Maloya amene ndatchula ineyo sakukwana 50. Ndiye mukamanena kuti kodi ndi wabwino ndiwe weka. Maloya 1250 ose abwino amene sinatchulewo. Anthu openga ino. So ndikuyambirani from what I know kumene Kumbo Soko anazapezeka kuti wasandukano the cartel. Cause sanali wa cartel kungomaliza school kapena sanamaliza. But at least komanso I might not speak to what is not. I'll speak to what is it. So ndifotokoza pa zimene ndikuziwa ndipo mmene ndikuziwira. Munthu amene anampanga recruit Kumbo Soko kumukateo ndi Kasambala, Kasambala, popularly known as senior counsel. And I'll be writing the Malay Law Society soon. Ajose zina la senior counsel pa Kasambala posthumously. Just as the law allows kumulemekeza muntu kumpasa muntu senior counsel atamwalira, Kasambala akwenaso ajosedwe title yake ya senior counsel atamwalira. Chifukwa choti wapanga zoyipa zambiri. And imene amamwalira Kasambala anali kale convicted. He was a convict. So for many years, for many years, 9 years, 8 years, 7 years, Kasambala was using the title ya senior counsel. Yet he was a convict. Even though he was appealing, but when you are appealing, you are still holding the conviction that you have. You know, so this is Kasambala kumwalira ali senior counsel. Zikuonesana kunena kuti kodi law society jema indesida bwanji. You know, that's why I call it Malawi Lawless Society, because it is Malawi Lawless Society. And hamena mayangana ni maswali ni maso jama yangana. They look beyond what is shown pa mwamba. Amaziwa kuti Malawi Law Society. Anthu ene amena mapanga katangale. Ndipo anthu ene maloya amena mapanga katangale weni amena masokoneza practice ya Malawi samapita kuchani ku disciplinary. Nditi mapete lawyers kapena akakauta lawyer uja wayambana ndi kateo. Lawyer akayambana ndi kateo kapena kateo chakafuna kumutuluka. Ndipo amene eno munthu amatha ngakhale munthu akateo amapezeka kuti akupezeka kuti walandira chilango. I'll give you an example. Ayuba James, Sylvester Ayuba James, now on the MP. Anabandrama za client Ayuba uja. He stoned Ama za client. This is not speculation. Anatengeda without discipline because he just sana wakateo koyambira Ayuba uja. He wasn't part of the cartel. Amangobanga practice yake alo njani matamanga down muja. Kena wanabandrama fun this is Nantole. Ayuba amaba. He has been stealing from a lot of people for a long time. I was with Ayuba ku school. Ndili third year, iyo jamabwera ku law school first year. If not in the fourth year, iyo jamabwera ku law school first year. But before that, ndinayi kuti first year yo yambirira. So ineonga tineyo ndapita ku Chanko 2010. 2010 ijana kuimba school, kuimba nimapanga education. Ntamaliza education first year. Ndakhonza kwambiri ndikupanga apply, napanga qualify kupanga apply law. Ntabanga apply law. In fact, janga ja ineyo And I remember my solo. I was the first one, number one. In these things you verify. I was the first one. I've always been brilliant. I've always been brilliant. Mukaya ngani, you know, my records, it is on record. All the people that wrote, my interest, I made them in Ifeo, Jaga Jatu, Mabita Law School. I was the first one. If you take a disciplinary action for a lawyer and then demand Kamina Wanga to the conclusion, lawyer manager said, then the lawyer just takes an injunction and then life goes on. Let's assume. Other lawyers, they are practicing the law because of an injunction. What ethics are we talking about? What ethical behavior? What bringing the profession into dispute? The profession is disputed already with the Laf Kasambala senior counsel. Why do you even call Laf Kasambala a senior counsel? If he was convicted, why would we call? So I'm saying I'll write Malay Law Society. Anyway, when did the Kumbo Soko get recruited into the cartel? You remember when I was Laf Kasambala at Kamangila? The president wa Mangila, when he was convicted in the court yard in Antam. And there were things why Laf Kasambala ended up being convicted. Because in the Kale, Anani involved in Mink case, Yandani, Yomo Mbela, conspiracy to kill Pompeo. They were behind a lot of factors that led to whatever. Pakana Rafuja, Kabisoda, Yankamalando, Pakana Mangila. Rafata Mangila, Anabwera Kuzomba, Central Prison. Ini ni mapunzi ya kuzomba. Na imeni rafa ni kuzomba udo wa Mangila, Rafuja wa Mangilwadi. It was a shock to the profession. Even gross kuja kunali ma professor wada mampembeza Rafuja, mamona udi ni mwana wao, ampanga mentor janjan. So it was a shock. But one thing that happened that I did not know at that time, Menizmajitika, Tapanga understand now. Okay. Ada Mangilwa Rafu. Anali muntu mmoja amene ankapita kwa mwana Rafu kwambiri tukampasa chakuja anali Hilda Soko ngataukana Hilda anene Hilda Soko mkazi wake wa Kumbo Soko amapika chakuja ukampasa Rafu Kasambala. That's the moment imene Rafu developed a soft spot for Kumbo, but he might be good anaziwana kalegali. So Rafu amaja zakuja zabu ino kwa ndende kuja zopika Hilda Soko. Okay, the cartel is not Simabangazimzobisa. We just do not look enough. We don't observe. We do not observe. Kumasuta cartel jama bisa is. Now, when Hilda was developing, actually Hilda developed a relationship which was deeper with Raf Kasambala. And you know what I'm talking about. But today, we are not talking about sexual relationships. But Hilda Soko developed a deeper relationship in the Raf Kasambala. But that's how the cartel works. Criminals, they are not loyal. They serve their interests and they don't care. Now, Usama Lidawenes Rafu Kasambala ankasamalidwa ndi Hilda Soko. Rafu never forgot, and Rafu developed he started protecting and giving direction to Jani to Kumbo, what to do and what not to do in the profession. Makesi mampasa makesi chan. Close friend wa Kumbo Soko the last 5-6 years has been Brightail. Where was Brightail working? Brightail amagira nchito ndi Lusungu Chonchi. And I've been with Lusungu for years, Gambia Kusegunas. Katelo yetu. Katelo imaenda limozi. They are so together. Lusungu, mene zimajitika, zimene zinavuda, nzone na kudi ujeni Brightail ndo wa Pride. Ano amene sama ama mzua Pride. I've worked with Brightail in his own office, in his own law firm. Of course, I wasn't under his payroll. I was doing my own things, but it was under Nichols and Brooks in Blantyre, and people know this. At that time, I believe, the cartel, okay, the cartel has tried to recruit me, but they have failed. I'm unrecruitable by the devil. But the devil can't recruit me. I can dance with the devil. I can walk with the devil. But when I'm walking with the devil, I'm studying the devil. I'm understanding how the devil operates. I'm not eating the devil's money. Kumbo soko. Pamene anaenda limodzi ndi Raf. One thing about Kumbo is that he's hardworking. And Dwanzeru, you can't take that away from him. He's intelligent. Nifana look sharp. Look sharp. Nifana look sharp. His weakness, he's part of the cartel. Komaso is proud. Kumbo Kumbo, eh? I mean, I'm Kumbo. Kumbo is a bully guy. Kumbo will bully you. Kumbo is a bully. This is why he had Mlandu, Gimalalo Society. Ada nena magazi, agu Zanzibar, those people that did practice, that learned their law somewhere else. Weakness here, Kumbo, the pride. He's very proud. So he's a bully. He bullies people. Kumbo bullies people. I find it funny for a northerner to call me tribalistic. I mean, now what tribalism we northerner. A northerner has no right. A northerner has no moral ground to call me tribalistic. In Malawi, because of one challenge with a northerner, but be northerner. Facebook we vuda wambi network. Hey, live ya vuda hii. Yafuna wisokoneza. Kumangani ya pita kaida ngulakale. Kunena tu Kumbo Soko. He's corrupt. Kumbo Soko ne corruption hiyo. He's at the in the top 5 of the most corrupt lawyers in Malawi. Kumbo Soko. Kumbo Soko cannot explain his worth we accumulated in the last 5 years. He can't. Because he has accumulated an awful. Too much manyumba manga machan. He can't explain legal profession yake, law yake, law practice yake Malawi. And like Kumbo Soko and Mozi, I mean they have benefited from SKC. And akamaliza za SKC, malira now. Usaziwa kunena kuti waja akulira their lover, akulira their financer, akulira their potential. Because imagine if SKC became president. The benefits that would have gone to Kumbo Soko. The benefits that would have gone to so inumungolira kuti SKC jamunka mukonda kumena amalira kuti aluza ma opportunities. They lost the opportunity. They looked at SKC as an opportunity. Let me get back to where I was. This is an Tower network. Kumbo Soko. Ata salop film yake. Ajina Raf anali kuti Rafuja never recovered. He got away with what he did, but he never recovered. He couldn't practice still. So he found the lawyers that he was working, my proxies. And Kumbo were one of the very first proxies. Connection in ya Kumbo Soko ndi Kasambala. Muione by election case. Neni funa ndikuuze ndikuti election case icha. The main lawyer in the election case was Kasambala. Kodi chifanya ni okay. Chifanya antama nena wena Kasambala na pedwa ndi MCP. Kuti nkani yake ya ku logic jasima mveka kuno bwino. Chifanya wena zona antama nena wena Kasambala wanted to come out ndi SKC and they wanted to come. Why does that come out? Because Kasambala ndamena anatenga timu yoseje ya election case ya Tonsi Alliance. Timu ya Tonsi Alliance anapanga recruit anaye Kasambala. FCB banki hii imene imapanga sponsor bagili bullets. The bank imene imapanga finance. Ndinakuuza mnayo the senior counsel Mordecai Msisha was being paid in that case. And imene mamulipia na bank. For bank ita imamenya na nkondo the FTH, because they knew if TVP won, They knew if DBB continued, FDH was going to. If DBB won, the FCB guys had already predicted FDH Bank was going to take over the banking sector in Malawi. And that's indeed what has happened. That's why in Kamangila, kwa Iron Man conference, FDH Bank now is the second biggest bank in Malawi. It was predicted by bank many mabanga sponsor bullets. Bullets, many imabanga, I think is still sponsoring. Those guys, they already so it was a battle of. There were a lot of battles in that. More of the Tipex was overstated. But those Tipex had no impact on the election. That's why you are forcing me now to explain the election case. The election case is generally flawed many times. But justice has won. On the aspect of the quality of the issue of quantity, there was not going to be success. But the quality of the election, that's why the issue was quality. The fact my judge and focus on quality and not quantity. Qualitative versus quantitative. That did not just come because Sanko Chijana were in Grassoma voter Jama win and APM. Could APM Chifanya Namani now it was a coup. Repeatedly and without fear of contradiction. Even Malawi don't say man now hey now win and Jaguera you Chanchani don't say Titamu Gila APM. APM Manena Wina that was a coup. Where are you and had to be? I mean APM Mana was major, it was a coup. Judiciary again the cartel controls the system, the corruption, no matter who is in power. So APM Panova doesn't have power because the cartel has covered him up. Cartel Jagwende Sadzigo. Back to Kumbo Soko. Amina Namberesa kumpanga introduce Raf Kasambala kwa SKC. The Raf Kasambala. Kumbo Soko bangira introduce kwa SKC. So Raf, with all that background, of course, another banga introduce wajina jukobaja. Kuma the time mene iti zina fika ba inde jukomeko menja nkuyu. Kadi muli nyete. Ajina Kumbo aja, ajina Bright Tail, ajina Goba Jibeta. Michael Goba Jibeta. Ndijukomeko menja nkuyu kadi muli nyete. Ngoda ajina Goba aja sao nega presenter mwishifaja chamba. Goba ama suta kwambili chamba. And they use him kwambili ama mpanga abuse. Goba ujasa mpasa kakati ya bwino. Because antajaga mabanga madiru ngadi diru ya finance bank ibuchitika akufuna kuba material ni ajina antwali sama kani makati yake Goba ujana andikati yake minimum kuma chifajo ndi Goba masita kwambiri jamba they take advantage of him ama ngomuyuza ama mpasa tindama tocheva ndesawo nikira bwino kuma ndama alinazo in his own right. Banki yomwe mabanga sponsor bullets FCB the many mamuli bila modeka MCC. I keep telling you FCB imamuli bila modeka and no one wants to pay attention. And Raf Kasambala was being paid by FCB. My lawyer Tonsi Alliance. The main player minimum jam. Anali Raf Kasambala. Ose ajina Pempoli Kongwe amango tamanga wosa kuzoda jina Rafa utamanga wo. So SKC ndamela na mangisa kuti akamani SKC jakamani na unena kuti inu tinagwizana kuti mukale inu okena kuti zabitiriza u confidence imene jayo. Panali live inake, not live, kuma no press briefing, mene SKC anabanga kujipawa. SKC atayamba nande ajina Jagwerawa, ajina Nkaga, atayamba mamu nyuza SKC, alamu age, ojina, Shoni Kamponi atayamba mamu bangira kuvuti. SKC atayamba nyuza, anabanga press briefing kunyumba wake usiku. Jibana nina uti ngati ziti zimenezi, ana yankula unena kuti ngati zili zimenezi tiye tipangeso ma elections tivoteso. Ana nena kuti tiye tivoteso ngati zili zimenezi ngati mufuna kuti tizinyozana tiye tivoteso. Amalawi avoteso. SKC was saying that with so much confidence because he knew kuti without SKC kuloona kuti tikapange bribe ana Andrew Nyirenda ananja ndama kuchokera kwa SKC kuti mlandu uja uyendesedwe mmene unayendesedwa. But anyway, ningofuna kuonesa ndikateo imayendesa dziko lino. And anu ngati inakumbo sokwachi, they are the greatest beneficiary are corruption. And yoaja amapanga benefit a lot because amaoneka all clean outside. Sali ngati ajina ngati wapona kita. Ifanye na wapona kita timachita kuziwa. Mena alili Frank Mbeta wapona kita ndiye na ajina gift na nkuni, gift katundu ena aja amachita kuonekera. Ajina Lusungu Gondwe amaonekera. But why do you think uli Lusungu Gondwe he gets away as well? He has been getting away. You know, so there is a clear aspect ya corruption imene imajitika Katero Jet is very clever. Recruitment yake imakhala so there are also judges that mpaka na panovasi na chule before they koma atukira buno tukena kuti tiafukule bwino majaji kuti saonekera koma amagwisida de nchito ndi Katero koma si ambiri koma amakhala very critical ndifake kalembera samaonekera koma nakuzanigena kuti Supreme Court judge Justice Kalembera is also corrupt, very corrupt. It was later ntampanga muntu uyi akulire nji osewera batandala amati ndana amene ndiye nkhani ndifuna ndifotokoze kuti mumvetse bwino nkhani ya Kumbo Soko also being being wali vest gear. Okay. Kani anto sama mvesa nilifanya ndikunena unena kuti Kumbo Soko is gay and he hides it. Why is it relevant in the conversation ya corruption? Okay. Kumbo Soko being gay is a relevant conversation. And anyway, umbonona kuti Kumbo Soko is gay. Hilda Soko anatuza toka if anatuza eka kuzera ma female lawyers, the senior female lawyers, because there have been moments where Hilda wanted to leave the marriage. I don't know for what reasons, because she had already known what man she was getting into. The marriage is important to discuss the marriage in this conversation because the marriage is a cartel. Hilda is not innocent in this conversation. Hey, Hilda she's part of the, she's the one who was ndikunena kuti ndamina mapika zakuja kumpikira doni afuka Kasambala ndikunena kuti ngati afuka Kasambala amati waja ngati amati waja afuka Kasambala kuzomba Central Prison ngati amati waja afuka Kasambala amamuyesa ana Hilda Soko ndiye simungama nene kuti Hilda simukuza jana hey Hilda yo hey chancha Hilda ende Katero how do you honest you are sick The conversation yonena kuti Kumbo is gay is very important. Chifukwa chonena chapa zinthu ziwiri. Choyambirira nchonena kuti achina Kumbo aja they by hiding their gay aspect. Kuti they are gay, kuti they like men as well. They like men to be on top of them. Amaonesa ngati kuti my gay people are unique, ndi satanic, ndi chanchani. Iwa jama namazala mavala, mnamona mavala jacket ya white ya midodana. Akamapita ku midodana kuja muntu ndionena kuti akukweredwa ndithu ndi amuna, you know. Okay, then ndikamakuza kuti these people they hide in plain sight. Mumpite pa page ya Khumbo Soko mukangane maposta amene anapanga nkhani ya data paper, Puff Diddy, what he was saying about oil, baby oil and all that. Aliyesa amene amamuziwa Khumbo Soko was like uncle wa bwanji, and how he talks about funny stuff, funny things and all that. And anthu kuma mtu andibanja and amakhala akose kai kuti they like men, they like also women when they are men, or they are women that like women but also they like men, they want both. And for me ndibe nazo chifukwa zimene zonani nakala as a human rights advocate, but ngati Catholic I've got an issue with that as a Catholic, because as a Catholic a relationship, a sexual relationship has to be between a man and a woman, and not a man and a man or a woman and a woman, as a Catholic. But as a human rights advocate, and hamini waka mabanga zinto zawo, but why does it become an issue with the cartel? Achina Kumboa amabanga zimene zingati part of the ritual. So achina Kasambala, Saulos Klaus Chilima, Khumbo Soko, ndi anthu ena. These people, they do my jan, my threesome, my jan, and they do it as a ritual. It's a ritual. Raf Kasambala was on drugs. Everyone knows that. SKC was on. Saulos Chilima was on drugs. Everyone amene ndi close ndaji na Chilima amaziwa zimenezi. Mwafusa ngamene even izibwenzi za Saulos. Yeah? Masai chika Saulos. They know these things. Saulos was always drunk. Galimoto yake even mina mabanga campaign ya 2019, 2020, mugalimoto mujamu makhala mowa. Ma whiskey mene mujamu. Njifake Saulos said amabanga sensi mu ene ntamakuza ni kuti mubanga observe no kama kubanga direct. Kuti mu investors mene unazi. Saulos was most high campaign ija. Kambira mama mamveka kuti munthu akuti chani mfundo zimamveka. Akamafika ma 3, ma 4, Saulos amakhala walezera. And zinthu zobalalika. Amayankhula naye imene ma 3, ma 4, ma 5. You should go back to the campaign year 2019, the campaign year 2020. You prove what I'm telling you. Amakhala ali high, amakhala kuti mgalimoto muja wafuenka waja madrag akumwa whiskey, akumwa wine. So amakhala ali high. One example, let me just one example. You know, it doesn't matter how people have sex. Yes, it does matter. Especially when they're using sex as a ritual. You know, when they're using sex as a ritual. And I mean, they are doing sex. So as a human rights advocate, the people that are doing sex in their own privates and without doing it in a ritual way, which has an impact on the economy, because the ritual it's magic. They're trying to do magic. They're trying to do juju to get away with the criminality that they're involved in. But also, it attracts in their dark world. It attracts money. It attracts opportunities in their dark world. So when they're doing their sexual activities, they're doing it as kuita na mizimu, you know. They are called, and they are going on top of the man, going on top of the other man as a sign of dominance, to dominate the other person. There's not really, there's little about sexual attraction in whatever they are doing. It's not just a sexual interaction. It's a ritual. It's a whole ceremony. And sex, when you read the Bible will tell you how powerful sex is, and how powerful these things are done, and are done in that context, and all that. So when you understand. That's why issue one being gay and how they do their things is very important and it's relevant. It has nothing to do with the minority rights. And I mean, the minority rights groups, they know who I am. They know what I'm trying to do, and this helps them actually. For people to know so you can continue worshiping them. But SKC, Raf Kasambala, Kumbo Soko, they're involved in homosexual behaviors. But the reason why I have a problem with them is that they're involved in homosexual behaviors as a ritual, as a ritual, as a magic, as to invite in their beliefs, the Freemasonry, to invite the spirits to push them forward and to attract opportunities and all that. But that is just things that the people that have got those beliefs is relevant to. So you don't believe in that, just ignore that aspect. But the reality, which now we can prove in court, because in the court of law, the issues of the Freemasonry and how they do their sexual activities and why they do it might not be relevant in the court of law by SCB. The information made by this SCB, is relevant. The relationship ya SKC, Rafu Kasambala, Kumbo Soko, and the how Kumbo Soko cannot explain his worth. Chuma chake sangaji fotokozi kuti wachipanga accumulate nthawi yochepa imene wachipanga accumulate choncho how. And then the final point, which is critical, is an issue of sigerege. Mene zinachitikira za Malis Hotel ndi mene so zinaendera za sigerege. Koma za sigerege amene anali behind that, the one who was behind that was SKC. Now SKC maloya amene amayuza ndani ndachina Kumbo Soko wewe watu ndachina Soko ne nkulu uyu amene amayendesa chuma cha SKC, lawyer wake ali jere uyu Joy Jere wa ku Blantyre, amachita kuchoka ku Blantyre kumakapanga za The next thing that we need to do as soon as possible is to do an inquiry into the sale and the acquisition of Sigerege Hotel. Imenena guridwa pantengo around 21 billion, chinchori chinayi cha 7 billion, chinchori chinayi cho cheaper. Chimena guridwa 3 times the price. And ndalama zinapita kwa SKC. And ndalama zijara zisunga SKC, so ndalama zina zona kuti anthu anagawana SKC jara tisi. Anola nambela ndalama SKC. Kopano ichi chinfake mungaziwe unena kuti mpinga njira Tom akama mutenga Kumbo Soko sanga umutenga randomly, but umutenga with the background knowing kuti Kumbo Soko is very important in the cartel world, and maranke ake apita nakwera kwerabe kumango kwera maranke. The corruption that we are fighting, the financial fraud we are fighting in Malawi, it's a very difficult part because we deal with people that are close to us, people that we have worked with, people that are our neighbors, and hamedi mapempera now. Tukudira ndi anthu amene tima alemekeza, and we have at some point admired them. That's how difficult. Ndifake kumenyana nkhondo yakatangale kuli kovuta. Chifukwa sikuti amakhala ma aliens kapena kuti anthu a dziko lina, anthu oti amakhala ndone oti takumana nawo. Kumbo Soko anayi lawyer wanga pa nkhani ya Malawi Law Society itanditana, and I took him because of his intelligence, but also anayi atayambana ndi Malawi Law Society. Nkhani imene makuzani chata yankhula kwanyoza oloku yankhula motumbwa ndi anthu amene anapanga school maiko ena. Atayankhula motumbwa anamuitana iyo jana. Of course I was supporting him. Someone has got a right to freedom of expression, to express their opinion. And that relates to my case as well. Case meaning that's why he was my lawyer. So Kumbo has he helped me in life? He has helped me. He came up and he wasn't the only lawyer that I engaged in my case. I had 3 lawyers. I had Kumbo Soko, I had Professor Mwizankata, I had Chikondi Chijozi. I had 3 lawyers that were helping me. So, and how many tima abwera kuzachula, they are not our enemies because we are mentioning our name, but they are caught up into the evil. They are caught up into the cartel. They are caught up into, so many of my, okay, there wasn't my contradictions in Kumbo. How is a contradiction. Kumbo will always praise my son. He will praise proper universities, like degrees from proper unis. PhD, proper universities, and don't just call anyone. But then he will come and say, Dr. Namadingo. Those contradictions are not random. Ndikuziwa wino wa school, komanso ndikuziwa importance of titles and how you have to respect titles. I've never called Patience Namadingo dog, and I will never do that. And people who are banga for, they know. So I'm consistent because I am consistent because I stand on principle. I sindi mabanga ma shortcut. Sindi maenda nje ndikuziwa uli Patience Namadingo ja, ngatafuna tizicheza, ngatafuna tikhali ma friends, ngatafuna tipange tukuzwana unaona amwene ino singawirana na dog. You are not a dog. And that's what we need. But the Muzabeza would have they compromise because they are compromised. They face their way to the public is just for the public. Deep down, they are part of the cartel. The resistance umbonu wone na unena kuti Ken Manda, Justice Ken Manda atandi sumira ineyo. Atandi sumira. Ndinapeza maloya 10 kuti akhale maloya anga. Loya oyambiri amene nampanga approach anali Kumbo Soko. Kumbo Soko ndamene napanga create group imene inali ya maloya anga ineyo. Maloya ena wasinda achula ifasizi kwa akuza. But Kumbo Soko sana khalise mkumano umene mabanga chifukwa chonena zonena kuti kateo inampeza kumuza kuti mukumulimbikisa munthu indino ndimo mukumthandiza ndino. Koma why did they have access to him? Because he played with them, because he eats with them, because amapanga madeal limozi. In a Kumbo Soko, sangandi uze kuti chanchani. Kumbo Soko is deep into the corruption. He should not be coming out as holier than thou. Kamina kumabwera ndi ku public mwina mwake. And yes, Hilda Soko is part of the corruption. If you investigate their law firm, you will find so much data. So much data. I've never been discouraged by being code names. Ubanga Sanje, iwe uribe kali kose, iwe chanchan, iwe ndwa misala, iwe ndwa madragi, iwe ndwa chanchan. Those things, they season banga shake. Because I stand on ndinaima pata antwe. Nchi maziko anga alipata antwe. So those things cannot shake me. Ndipo kumalai kuja kutakha kuti out of 20 million 18 million are corrupt. I'll stand against them. It doesn't matter how many people are corrupt. As long as they are corrupt, we need to call them out and we need to fight and ensure that they are accountable. They are held accountable. Menenda nena chonchimu menda vanga live muona zinthu mene zitatukire. Pala anthu ambiri mbira amene azuzidwa chifukwa cha Kumbo Soko. Akuzuzika chifukwa cha Kumbo Soko. Ichimozi meti makambaza uyu Kondwani Kachamba. Kondwani Kachamba. Anthu ukupanga sanje anthu mene ambira kutulukira anadyera anthu ndalama. Anapanga kumbujeni naye Kondwani Kachamba. Anyway, ndizapanga live yokuza Kondwani Kachamba. Lero timalizise ya Kumbo Soko kunena kuti zimakhala zokhuza. There are a lot of people in the profession. Mendani now malawyer triple 1,000, more than 1,300. And there are a lot of brilliant lawyers, hardworking lawyers, but they are not enjoying the benefits of hard work, of merit, or of their brilliance, because they have dominated, they have taken over the profession using the back door. Because they are using the back door, angu kumenyani mamuvu. And to pese kuti wa kupanga maoneka kuti akuti amwini akulimbikira ndiwo khawa zikuwathekera bwanji ndendo amakujambulira ni kupangira ni hospital kunchito akuti they want to justify their worth chuma chawo chipange justify mfaka makuza ndi pano kuti kwakupanga ni ma-update kuti ma-updates mwakwasa ni ma-updates ona kuti simu kwasowa nyanchani amakuonesa ndi 2 o'clock kuweruka 5 am 2 o'clock 2 a.m. the time na weruka 6 a.m. ali mu court 6 a.m. So this is my customer stand is it's a way of justifying their illegally obtained money, you know. Kumbo Soko ndi mwana wa Chikopa, love mo Chikopa.